What is up, my little Deinos? Vepsis here, your coach of the Helsinki Hydreigons, and we are back for the GDL Season 2 Week 5 battle when we go up against DrSlaking and his team beat the Lake District Spirits, which is a different teammate that he used when we have gone up against him in the UBO Season 3 and 4, I think at least. We have gone up against him a few times before. And we'll see how this is gonna go. I'm not necessarily bringing my best team that I could potentially, and the reason for that you can see from his record, which you can see on the bottom right layout. He's doing very well this season, same win-loss record than we do have, but also bigger differential, so he's technically ahead of us. So I expect him to be a playoff contender this season, and off the chance we get to play in playoffs yet again, I don't want to bring my best team right now and reveal all of the best things that I could bring, but I still think the team can win, but having a loss today versus him would not be the worst case scenario, I think. Either way, we should be good to go, and hopefully, knock on wood, there won't be any hack shenanigans from either side. And first and foremost as well, before I forgot to mention, also make sure to check him out. His YouTube link will be down below in the description, and the matchup from his roster, you can see his team page and my own as well, just similar ways as previous weeks has gone. And a very late happy birthday to DrSlaking as well. Make sure to go and I wish him happy birthday, he had it last week as we are recording this, and this will be 2 weeks ago for you basically when you get to see it. But now, further ado, let me click the A and see what he decides to bring versus us, and we go from there. He has a very spooky rain team as well, so expect those kind of shenanigans. He brings the Clefairy, okay, he brought Clefairy, Gigamax Venusaur, Heliolisk, Kindra, Ferrothorn, and Pelipper. So no Barraskewda, no Zoroark, which were kind of the things that I was expecting, but I like my Dragapult here. The ideal situation would be that I can lure in that Ferrothorn in and weaken it, and I think leading with Dragapult means that he has to swap out with his Pelipper as well. SNORLAX would looks really nice on this matchup once I'm able to weaken the Ferrothorn further along, but the Clefairy can be a little bit annoying along with the Ferrothorn. So as for a lead, I think I probably like my Dragapult as a lead, and we go from there. I'm kind of annoyed that I changed one particular set on this team that I was bringing, cause the Clefairy showed up, but we'll see how it's gonna go for us. And I'll lock my team in, and I'll lead with my Dragapult, which is going to be Restalk with Will-O-Wisp and Hex. So technically I cannot touch the Heliolisk at all with this set, and it's not the most ideal, but I had an idea with it that I can ideally lure in the Ferrothorn and weaken it down from there, or at least get it burned at some point of the battle, so that will helping me out. But good luck and have fun to DrSlaking, and let's see how this is gonna be going. The Ferrothorn Clefairy combination I need to get through off, and once I'm able to do that, I do like my chances. He leads with Nigel, which is the Pelipper, so pretty much expected. And versus the Clefairy will show up for sure to be his switching at this point. That's what I'm expecting it to be his play. So do I just go for... I think I go for the Will-O-Wisp just to get its status, so later on the Hex will be doing better damage to it. I don't expect him to stay in, as he probably swaps into Clefairy. That sounds like a Clefairy nickname, because it's a... yeah, okay. Fair enough, as we missed the Will-O-Wisp. So that's unfortunate, because I wanted to get this thing statused. And at this point I could go into my Skarmory just to get up my rocks. Or I could go into my SNORLAX and go from there. I think I want to keep this Skarmory still healthy, just in case if this thing has Thunder Wave on it. And I want to scout for that. So I go into my SNORLAX, and from there I probably double into my Celebi, if he stays in. As he does go for the knockoff. Alright, that's a decent play for him, for sure, to get rid of that. And now I would expect the Ferrothorn to come in. So I want to go into my Celebi and try to weaken it down with Aura Sphere. So I'm gonna be doing that kind of swap. He could have bottom pass / teleport on this, but off the chance he's not momentum move on it, he's probably gonna be hard swapping into the Ferrothorn, which I would expect to be the case, which is going to be, yeah, there's the Ferrothorn, alright. So we got this one right, and I do have the Colbo Berry, but it isn't necessarily that important besides like maybe for Dark Pulse from a Heliolisk, but now I just want to go for a Aura Sphere, start to weaken this thing down, because once the Ferrothorn is weakened, SNORLAX can win on it, so, and that's basically gonna be the end goal. So he does swap out, good play by him, he goes into Bangs, which is the Venusaur, alright. So that's gonna be his play. Now I could stay in and go for a Psychic, or I just go into my Dragapult straight out, because I'm a Restock set, which I think I will do. Or do I go into my Snorlax, to my Skarmory? It's one of the two. He's going to go for a Sludge Bomb or what have you. I don't think it's smart for me. I think I go into my Dragapult, because I have Restock on it. This is also one of the reasons why I'm running this set, because in some terms it should be able to take the hits for Venusaur, because it's gonna be running Weather Ball, which is gonna turn into Water Move. He's gonna have Sludge Bomb, which is resisted. He has the obviously the Grass Star, which is going to be resisted as well. The only thing that he could hit me would be like Outrage or Knockoff through a C move. Not C move. A Gigamax move. So let's see what he does going from here. I could swap into my Skarmory on this as well, if I so need to. He does go for the Max Ooze here, getting his special attack boost. And I could swap into my Skarmory here to pivot around this thing a little bit more properly, which I think I will do. Try to burn out his G-Max turns, because once this thing is getting rid of those, it should not be able to touch us too hard. So I'm gonna make this double. I would assume he doesn't click. I don't think the Weather Ball should be turned into Water type move as a G-Max form. I might be wrong on this, and we get to learn that, as he does go for the Wine Lash, which we can take. That's quarter resisted as well. It's gonna start forcing some chip damage to us. As you can see, this is similar to like Colossal's G-Max move or something like that as well. So we take that relatively fine. And from here I think I can just roost off and then get rid of and go from there. I don't think he should get anything to hit me on this turn, as he does go for the Darkness move, so he probably has like knockoff on it. Yeah, he has knockoff on it, so I can roost up this as he gets a critical hit. As he's gonna lower my speed up as well, so I have to remember that on a following turn, especially if the rain is still up, which could be the case because he might be down proc Pelipper with his team. So we get that one right, and we get our leftovers recovery. As he's gonna be turned into this, so now I can go into my Celebi on this turn, because Psychic should be able to finish you off, so I'm gonna be doing just that. A little bit of aggressive play if he clicks Sludge Bomb, which would be very good aggressive play if he does make that read. But I'm gonna be going to my Celebi and try to see if he does. Okay, he had Sleep Powder on that, so that's pretty nice. And now the rain is gonna be gone, which is nice for me. And I think I'll just go for the Psychic and see what would be his initial switching. If it's gonna be Clefairy or Ferrothorn, that would be fine. If he goes into Pelipper, try to get his rain back up, that would be okay. And if I can weaken this Venusaur, it opens up my G-Max Grimmsnarl as well to go in from there. So let's see what he does. Now, if he's very bulky, he might be able to live this, even though I'm a modest and quite heavily special attack investment Celebi. But I would like to think this is gonna be doing a huge chunk to him, but we don't get to see that because he's gonna be swapping into the Ferrothorn. Alright. I wonder if he's gonna be making doubles even more here. And try to pivot me this way, but that's nice damage for me for sure. And we get to tell that he's leftovers on it. Which is, I guess, it's not the biggest surprise that he is, just that. And I don't think I'm gonna be starting predicting just yet. I'm gonna be just hitting what is in front of me at this point. And if he has to swap back and forth, he's just giving me chip damage. So I'll be okay what he decides to do from here. He does stay in, so thankfully I get some damage on this thing. Hopefully it's a 2-hit KO. That's a pretty close to a 2-hit KO, as he does go for the knockout, but I have the Combo Berry on this. So that's really good for me. If I can keep this thing relatively low, the DrSlaking SNORLAX can win this matchup. I don't have a fire move on it because I'm running Restock and Curse on it. So that's why I kinda want to be able to keep that thing low. If he swaps into Clefairy, that's fine. I don't really mind it too much. He might let this thing go down and try to get his hazards up and play from there. If he does that, that would be ideal for me. And we have been able to manage his G-Max turns as well, so I still have that option myself. But Clefairy with Eviolite might be able to tank those hits a little bit better than I would like to. Depending on if he's physically defensive or specially defensive for this matchup. And my Dragapult might play a role in there, like what kind of investment he can afford to run on it. But we go for the Aura Sphere yet again. I just want to get rid of this thing, cause yet again the SNORLAX would be opened up heavily from this, but he swaps out. I would expect the... Okay, Pelipper does come in. Alright, fair enough. Like any kind of damage is nice for Pelipper as well, because I do pack Thunder Punch on the Grimmsnarl as well. And that did a good amount of damage. I wonder if you're offensive or not. Okay, my recording might have to stop there because I moved my mouse and I clicked that one away. Hopefully it has been recording all this time. I would like to think that it has, but let's see. My Celebi did, with Aura Spear, did like 14 to 9. Okay, so he might be just max HP on it. And a Hurricane should not be... Hurricane definitely would be killing me, so in all intents and purposes I should always go into my SNORLAX and go from there. So that's what we are gonna be doing here. And see how he responds to this. So we go from that as he goes for the U-turn. So going for a Psychic would have been a strong play, but DrSlaking wanted to keep up the offensive momentum, which is fair for sure. But I'm curious to see what is supposed to be forcing me out, other than the Ferrothorn, I guess. And he goes into the Venusaur. Alright, so this thing would try to want to put me on a sleep, I suppose. But I don't think I really care for that too much. So I go for the Body Slam off the chance he misses it, or does do anything else. He does go for the Sludge Bomb, but I'm specially defensive, so I'm perfectly fine with this. He does get the Poison off. I could have been immunity to avoid this, but I made this thing Thick Fat off the chance any kind of his water types would have Ice move on them. But now I'll just go for the rest. At this point, if he puts me in a sleep, then I cannot gain this health. But then I just have to go for a sleep talk from there. But see what he does. He does withdraw. He might now go... Yeah, now he goes into the Ferrothorn, so that's honestly pretty fine for me. I think I just hard on Celebi yet again on this. And go from there. Yeah, I think I will do that. I expect him to go for hazards. And at this point I'd rather just get in my Celebi in. And start put, like, apparently Celebi can actually do decent amount of work here. Towards him, so Celebi can provide the pressure, not allow him to lead seed himself back up. As he does go for the Gyro Ball, which is gonna be hurting a little bit for sure. So that's quite annoying. Did I need my Celebi for anything else if this would happen to go down? It would be still nice to hit the Venusaur quite hard, but I really value the damage on this thing. So I think I go for the Aura Spear, let him kill me if it comes down to it. And go from there. So we get a huge damage on off him. And now if I can keep him this low, we should be in a good shape. And who do I want to use as a way to force him out? Well, not force him out, or remaining to kind of like stay in. I think it's gonna be either Skarmory or I think I go into my G-Max Crimsnow and force. If he preserve this, so be it, but I'd rather hit everything really hard on this turn. If he goes into Venusaur, I still have my Skarmory to play around with that as well. So we go for the... I could G-Max here as well. But I think I'll go for the regular Fire Punch here and go from there. If the Venusaur comes here, I can G-Max on that turn and start punishing him from here. But I want to get rid of this SNORLAX. And not... yeah, this thing that is stopping my SNORLAX. And there we go. So now, all things considered, now SNORLAX can really go in. And my setup fodder is now the Clefairy or any kind of special attacker that he has left. So I'm really happy about the situation right now, even though I lost my Celebi in the Brock race. But I'll take that trade off versus his Ferrothorn in itself. And now he goes into Bangs, which is going to be his Venusaur. And I think I'm just going to hard into my SNORLAX. Or do I go into Skarmory? I don't need Skarmory for anything else. Let me think. I think I want to go into my SNORLAX once this hits a little bit, and once the rain is gone I can go into my Skarmory and get up my rocks. He does hot swap into Kindra. Okay. I'm not sure which one he was predicting at this point. But I think I should leave any one hit from you. And the rain ends as well. Rain does end as well. So I'm not sure what his intentions were. But I go for the rest talk here. And see what he does. He does go for the substitute. Is he the crit set? I wonder. I wonder if he's the crit set. So I have to watch out for that if he happens to be that set. He's leftovers and substitute, so he might be focus energy on it. And maybe this is not meant to be a range sweeper, which is an interesting choice that he has made. But I go for the sleep talk yet again. I want to see this set come into play. He's surf on it. So maybe he does substitute and still the range sweeper. Maybe he is not the sniper set. If he's not, then we are in a pretty good spot. If we just happen to get an attacking move or a curse off. And we get that one off. So now I go straight for the curse. So then I guarantee should be starting to do some damage to him. Or to anything else that would like to come in. So let's see. We still don't know fully this Kindra set, which worries me. As he does go for the surf yet again. Is he not this set and he's not really respecting the possibility that I am a curse set, as we now do reveal it. So now I will go for the body slam and break the substitute from here. Yeah. I think we should be okay spot as of right now, what I can tell. So we now go for the body slam, just break the substitute. If he goes for any, he is toxic on it, which he's sub-toxic, surf, and I would assume dragon type move as well. So, alright, so it's kind of like a Starbreaker set, but we are perfectly fine with this set. If I would have been the immunity, I would not be even forced to that quickly to be resting up, but that was the choice I made. Yet again, off the chance there would be any kind of ice beams coming from Kindra or anything like that, so I would tank them even better from there. But I think I'll just go for the rest right now. I don't Dynamax. Let's not give him the win for me making the wrong thing with Dynamaxing. My Gigamax is the Grimstar, I cannot Dynamax the SNORLAX, that would be kind of broken, to be honest. But yeah, we go for the rest, and I'm not really sure what his response is to get out of this situation. This guy, I want to knock on wood not to jinx this, but this could very well to be the game, because if he doesn't have any kind of shenanigans to hit me too hard, we should be in a okay shape. He does go for the Draco, which we eat that like our balls, man. SNORLAX eating it up because we are fully SPDF, and now we get off our rest, and this... Now it gets hairy for DrSlaking. Now it gets really hairy, and this is why SNORLAX are always a problem when you have to go up against it, because once you get this thing going, and you don't have your Steel type or especially Ghost type, which he didn't have on his roster, and he didn't have a fighting type either, that's... it's gonna be rough for him. It's going to be rough. So we click just the Sleep Talk and see if we happen to get a curse or body slam off. Thus far we have only gotten a rest. So we always have gotten the worst out of the 3 moves, so 33% is the chance to get rest basically, and thus far 2 out of 2 times that has been the case. Now he does swap out. I wonder what his response to this is. He goes into the Pelipper, alright. So I guess he needs to get the rain up and start boosting his attacks from something. But let's see. We get the Sleep Talk off. Do we get a body slam out of this? That would be lovely. We get a fake curse. So we still get something out of the turn for sure. So unless he specs, he should not be 2-hit KOing me. Even then, he gets, like, if he tends to 2-hit KO me, I have Water Absorb Quagsire in the back to know from sure that if he is spexed or not. He does go for the Hurricane. How much this does? It does nothing, man. SNORLAX eating it up. That is a defensive Pelipper if I ever seen one. Do we get a body slam off this time around? We get up another curse. Alright, so now we get to click body slam for sure, and something is taking a +3 coming out of a SNORLAX. And that's no joke at all to him, man. Yeah, this is going to be a tough ride for him. And we go for the body slam, and something is taking a huge nuke out of this thing. As he does go for the Hurricane once more as we wake up, and here we go. GCC or GSC, I guess that's how we pronounce it. Oh my goodness, that thing, that Pelipper dropped. It took all of it from that body slam. Alright. This might be it. I wonder what he has to respond to this thing. This was the one thing that, since he didn't get the... How many turns he has the rain up? Let me check. Why? He has 2 left. Out of 5, and then he has the Damp Rock. So I think I'll just attack it. Yeah, I'll just attack it. I can heal off versus Clefairy if he comes down to it. I don't think I should be resting here. As we take that just fine, we still are very healthy, and this body slam should be doing a shitload to you. If not killing you, it almost kill you. It almost kill you. My goodness. And I think we just go for the rest. Yep. We just go for the rest. And go from there. And let's see how it's gonna be, how much it's gonna be doing to us. We took it last I thought we would, and now we get up a rest for ourselves, and now the rain is on a timer. He doesn't have too many turns left, and the Pelipper is gone. So we are sitting up nicely at this point. We are sitting really nicely. And yeah, now he has 3 more turns of this rain. So I think we just go for the Sleep Talk. As he goes Surf yet again. We take it just fine. That is 66 HP this time around. We are swallowing those. Do we get a body slam off? That would be lovely. Come on, give us body slam. We got another curse, so now for sure things are gonna start dropping. Alright. Okay. So, he has 2 more rains on this. So we go for another sleep talk. As he goes surf yet again. How much he's gonna be doing now. Alright. We took that just fine, and now he has one more turn of rain remaining. Come on, get it. Come on. Come on, you could have gotten body slam right from there and killed it, but you could have gotten the... But, oh well, we rest yet again. We rest up once more. And, yeah. He's gonna be going for a surf once more. Beautiful. We tanked that like a boss yet again, and here we go. I don't think that DrSlaking really has any more outside of this. Cause now his range should be ending now. So the surfs are doing even less. Beautiful. Beautiful. We weathered the rain. And yeah, we just keep going at this. And go for another sleep talk. Sometimes the game can be pretty easy when you're running DrSlaking and there's nothing opponent can do about it. And to be fair, his roster was really weak to this once the Ferrothorn was gone, which granted was maybe like a misplay I guess from him, but he was thinking that I would be running Fire Move on this and probably didn't expect me to run Curse Set versus him. So that is a tough ride for DrSlaking, and depending on which rolls we get, he does go for the Draco Meteor, which is gonna be obviously doing a little bit more. And we took it just fine. Beautiful. Beautiful SNORLAX. We are putting the absolute work. Do we get the body slam this time around? Or do we keep boosting up, or do we get the rest as usual? We get up another curse. So we are just boosting ourselves up. Boosting and boosting. And yeah, I think we need another sleep talk turn now, because that was the first one I believe. Yeah, it's uneven number that my sleep talk is at, so it should be at even number when I have used 2 turns of it. And now he does go for another Draco Meteor, which is doing absolutely nothing to us, because now he's gonna be at -4. He's gonna be at -4. And do we get a body slam off? Or do we get another curse or another rest? We haven't got a body slam just yet, and there it is. Another rest. Another rest was coming at to us. But at this point, like, I'm sorry DrSlaking, but you have to understand that there's no reason for me, I guess, heal up. Is there? I'll just attack. I guess I just attack. I don't think I need to rest. So he does go for the Draco Meteor. This should do absolutely nothing to us. Yeah, that did absolutely nothing to us. So we kill it off from here. We are still healthy enough to take on the rest. And there we go. The Kindra is gone. Now he has the Clefairy. He has the Heliolisk, which I like to call Helio Crap, because I didn't like it past generations, but this generation it is pretty good. He goes in the Bangs, which is the Venusaur. With all fairness, I'll just rest up. I'll rest up. And see what he does. He does go for the Sleep Powder, which he does land. Alright. He is fighting back, but we are specially defensive, so we should be taking this. And like, worst comes to worst, I can always swap out if I so need to. But now we go for the Sleep Talk. Hopefully get a body slam off. He goes for the Sludge Bomb. We go for the Sleep Talk and we get a big rest. Okay, at this point I think my best play would be swapping out. Because I want to keep this thing alive for the... Yeah, I need to keep this thing alive. I want to keep this thing healthy enough so I can take any one hit. Like, I can set up on the Clefairy later on as well. And as long as I have this up, I should be okay. And here the Heliolisk is probably gonna be coming in, which I don't really care for too much. I'll just get up my rocks. And go from there, I think. Or do I want to swap out, perhaps? No, I think rocks are fine. Let me get those late game rocks at this point. I know the Heliolisk is gonna be coming in at this point, but it's fine for me. Dove, which we haven't seen yet, and that is the Heliolisk. So we get up our rocks. He's air balloon on it. Alright. So he made sure that the Quagsire cannot touch it, which is pretty cool. That is a pretty cool set from him. But I should be okay, I believe. I don't need necessary Quagsire or anything else, but Skarmory... Do I need this thing for the... Because I can always go into this. And just Will-O-Wisp this thing. No, I think I break the... Actually, the... I'll break the air balloon. As he does go for the okay. Good thing I didn't swap out. So I made the proper play staying in. And breaking this. Air balloon on it. There we go. We broke the air balloon. Alright. And now I think I swap into my Quagsire, because I do have Rindoberry on it. Just in case of the... Grass Knot. As he does go for the Dragon Pulse once again. Which we will take just fine. And I'll just go for the Earthquake. It's gonna damage something. Even the Venusaur, now that the rocks are up and there's still a Stab Earthquake, the Venusaur won't enjoy this too much. And now that I have rocks up, it means that the Heliolisk will be punished back and forth from the hits. So we should be in an okay shape. I just have to wait until the Clefairy shows up. Because that is going to be my opportunity to get one more Sleep Talk off and then a rest. So as long as he keeps that thing as a liability to me, we should be in an okay shape. As he goes into the banks, which is the Venusaur, which I don't really mind too much, we should be doing a good chunk to him with Earthquake. Which should him live? Okay, it does actually kill him actually. Beautiful, Quagsire. Look at you getting a kill on this match versus the Grass type. Beautiful. That's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. He goes back to the Heliolisk. I'll keep clicking Earthquake. I don't really mind. I have the Rindoberry just for you. I have the Rindoberry just for you. He might think I'm Rocky Helmet at this point. As he does go for the Grass Knot, I would like to think I still take this. I am physically defensive. We tank it. Beautiful. Beautiful, Quagsire. I was a little bit worried because I didn't have that much special defense investment. But we took care of it. And now the Clefairy will be coming, and at that point it cannot do anything to us. So he's only done with that thing. I have still my G-Max. I still have my SNORLAX. And yeah. I'll just go into my... Let me go into my Skarmory and see what he does first. I want to see if he has Seismic Toss or not, because that can 2-hit KO my SNORLAX if I come in on it hard. So I don't want to necessarily do that in itself. So I go for the Brave Birds. As he does go for the Moonblast. So he has Moonblast on it. And I'll just keep clicking Brave Bird. He might not try to prolong this. Because the timer is on my side, so he doesn't have that going for himself. So we just go for the Brave Bird, finish this thing off. As we do a good amount, because we got a crit on him. Alright. He goes for the knockoff. He does go for the knockoff. So at this point I would like to think he doesn't have the thingy. Let me go into my G-Max Grimmsnarl and try to G-Max and just kill this thing even quicker. I know it just clicked Moonblast and might be going for that as well on this turn, but I kinda want to just finish this off as quickly as I can. As he does go for the Moonblast here again, I want to say that we take this just fine. Yeah, we do. And now I just finished this one off with the G-Max Max Starfall, and I would like to think this should be killing it. If not, it's gonna be in a range of something else for sure if it lives on a similar health. But I made that play just to speed up the progress. I didn't want to stay in with my SNORLAX earlier when it was a position to win, because if he got a good rolls from the slot bomb and potentially crit me, I could have lost to this Clefairy if it still was in a good amount of health, or it would have taken me a lot longer to kill with my other stuff because they didn't have a setup move. So we should be finishing it off with that move in itself. And I would like to say that that is going to be the end, because yet again the HP bar is in the way and it does drop. So I believe that is going to be the game, and we do beat the DrSlaking from there. So good game to him. It was a 5-0 game, but it was pretty rough because again the SNORLAX just came in, sit there, put him in a position that he wasn't really any point about that point to be able to win the game. But make sure to check him out. His YouTube channel will be down below in the description. Very fun and cool guy that I have got to know throughout the Draft League community from the Wi-Fi side of things. And he has stepped up his content creation to a really good level. And if you're interested in singles Draft League format content, check him out. As I said, it's down below in the description. So until week 6 when we go up against the Shake Quasar, if I remember right, and until we are coming back with the WBE power rankings as well, I try to keep up on those as quickly as I can. But just saying on this video, off the chance some people might be wondering, I try to upload those as soon as possible, but I also rely on the fact that the games for that week that I try to analyze myself, that they have been played and they have been uploaded on time. So for example, for the week 1 I have to wait until the battles are completely done, and that goes the same for the other weeks as well. But that's all what I need to really say. Thank you all for watching. Stay tuned for the week 6 battle and for the other Draft League content as well, and I'm gonna be seeing you guys later.